Good day everyone, I'm Darcy Cabotas and I'm here to talk about the Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act or JJDPA and the Republic Act number 9344, also known as the Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act of 2006. The first thing that we are going to talk about is the Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act or JJDPA. JJDPA is a key piece of legislation in the United States, first enacted in 1974 and reauthorized several times since. It provides federal funding to the states that comply with specific requirements aimed at reducing juvenile delinquency, improving the juvenile justice system, and protecting youth in the system. JJDPA has 4 key provisions. The first one here is deinstitutionalization status offenders or DSO, about adult jail and lock-up removal, sight and sound separation, and disproportionate minority contact. The purpose and goals of JJDPA is, the first one here is to reduce juvenile delinquency. The second one is prevent youth from becoming involved in the justice system. Number 3 is improve treatment and rehabilitation of juvenile offenders. The last one is ensure that the justice practices are equitable and fair for all youth regardless of race or background. And now let's talk about the Republic Act number 9344, also known as the Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act of 2006. Key provision: minimum age of criminal responsibility, AMACR. In 9344, it initially set at 15 years old, in which the children below this age are exempt from criminal liability but are subject to an intervention program if they commit an offense. For children aged 15 to below 18, they are also exempt from criminal liability unless they acted with discriminate. Example is, they knew that their actions were wrong and understood the consequence. The second one here is the restorative justice approach. It avoids punitive measures and emphasizes rehabilitation and integration. The third one is intervention programs. Programs includes counseling, education, and skill training designed to prevent reoffending and promote development. The diversion program. Diversion program may involve community service, restitution, meditation, or other non-custodial measures. The most important key provision in 9344 is the establishment of Juvenile Justice and Welfare Council, also known as JJWC. The JJWC oversees the implementation of the Act and ensure the coordination of efforts across agencies. Purpose and goals of RA 9344 is to uphold the rights and welfare of the children, promote their rehabilitation and reintegration into the society, prevent them from becoming repeat offenders by addressing the root causes of delinquent behavior. Now let's talk about the similarities and differences between RA 9344 and the JJDPA. Let's talk about the similarities. The first one here is the restorative justice approach. Both laws prioritize rehabilitation over punishment for juvenile offenders. They emphasize restorative justice, which aims to reintegrate children into society and repair the harm caused by their action. The second one is focus on prevention and intervention. Both laws emphasize community-based program and intervention strategies to prevent youth from committing offense or reoffending. The next one here is the age of criminal responsibility. While there are differences in the minimum age of criminal responsibility, both law recognizes the need to assess the level of maturity and discriminate of young offenders. Next one for similarities is separate facilities for juvenile. Both require juveniles to be detained separately from adults to protect them from abuse and exploitation. Next one for similarities is the promotion of rights. Both laws are aligned with the principle of the United Nations Convention of the Rights of the Children, or UNCRC, ensuring that the juveniles' rights to protection, due process, and development are upheld. And now let's talk about the differences between the JJDPA and RA number 9344. The first one here is the minimum age of criminal responsibility, or MACR. The JJDPG has no federal set MCR, varies by the state, but typically 10 to 12 years old or older. While on RA number 9344, the implementation of age requirements are 15 years old. Children below this age are exempt from criminal liability. The second one is the core protection. JJDP focuses on core protection, the institution of status offenders, sight and sound separation, adult jail removal, and addressing racial disparities. Meanwhile, in RA number 9344, it includes provision for intervention and diversion programs but does not specifically address racial disparities. The next one is scope of the law. JJDPA primarily address systematic issue in juvenile justice, focusing on detention practices and racial disparities. Meanwhile, in RA number 9344, broader focus on a holistic juvenile welfare system, including education, health, and family reintegration. The last one for the differences between JJDPA and RA number 9344 is the facilities for juvenile. JJDPA has the juveniles are detained in separate facilities such as youth detention center. Meanwhile, in RA number 9344, CICL are housed in Bahay Pag-asa or Houses of Hope for rehabilitation and intervention. The key takeaways for the differences is that the JJDPA focuses more on systematic issues such as the treatment of juvenile in detention and racial disparities in the justice system, reflecting the diversity of the U.S. states law. The next one is the RA 9344 takes more comprehensive and centralized approach focusing on the welfare and rights of the children, including broader programs for education, family reintegration, and societal reintegration. But with that, both laws are shared the overarching goals of protecting juveniles, rehabilitating them, and ensuring their rights are upheld while preventing recidivism. So with that concludes my report, and I'm Darius Escabal. Thank you.